Well, good morning, Dragon Family. So, 1 second, let me pause. I'm watching a YouTube video right now. It's playing on my earbuds. Give me a second. Let me pause it, and I will be right with you. I don't know if anyone's in here yet. Nope, no one's in here yet. But just bear with me. Let me find my YouTube app. All right. All right, so last night I had a pretty powerful dream, I feel. I haven't done much interpreting on it. I have a plan for that. I am working on doing a collaboration for you guys on the channel to show you guys how to interpret dreams. So, that being said, I'm going to do a reading on that dream. Just a second, let me pull up my notes, get the dream out for you guys, and then I will read my dream and then do a quick reading on it. So before I do that, I had one card that was on my floor underneath my chair. And it's funny because it depicts a man sleeping on top of his swords. And it is a Four of Swords. So that is just telling me there is something that wants to come through or wants to be delivered, but someone is resting before they make this thought, make this idea a reality. Give me 1 second. I will pull my dream up and read it to you guys. All right, so it starts off. I had a dream last night. I was walking in a bright green forest with tall trees and a purple sky. In the dream, I was walking through thick, mucky mud, greenery, and the greenery was almost like it was growing by the minute. And then all of a sudden, I tripped over what I thought was a rock. I started to dig it up, and as soon as I touched the rock, I noticed a bright light that left a wooden streak that shot up to the sky and landed a ways away from me. Out of curiosity, I went to where it landed, and it was a wooden carved egg. I touched it again, and it shot through the forest, but instead of shooting up, it shot straight along the ground. Still a ways away from me, so again I made the trek through the mucky mud, still growing brush, and saw the egg in a valley. So I went down in the valley and actually grabbed the egg, and it shot out of my hands, but this time I was ready to run after it. And run did I ever. Right as it landed, this time I predicted where it was going to land, and I caught it, and it shot again through and shot again. This time it only shot a few feet away from me, and the egg hatched into a wooden carved dragon with the most beautiful purple amethyst colored eyes. And that is when I woke up. So that right there is very powerful. I'm going to be doing a reading on it. I don't feel like this Four of Swords needs to be in the reading. I don't know why this Four of Swords is there. This Four of Swords has been haunting me for the past little while now. And I'm just taking that as it's time to rest my energies, figure out the things that I want, and really start manifesting what it is that I truly want. All right, so I'll put this card back, and I will just do a reading on that dream. Good morning, Eleanor. Good morning, Jen. How are you guys doing today? So let's get into the reading. I'm going to be using my Gilded Tarot. All right. And they're trying to talk to me. They're trying to yell at me. They just flew out of my hands. So we have the Two of Wands, Magician in reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune. So I don't know if this has to do with the dream or not, but I am feeling that someone is giving up on making a decision. They feel like there's someone trying to manipulate them. But I feel like this is a cycle that has been going through your life for years, for decades, for your lifetime. This could be a past life cycle that you're going through right now, and you just are having a hard time dealing with it because you don't know what this cycle is. Nice, Jen. Congratulations. All right, so we have the Fool. So somebody, even though they feel manipulated, wants to take a leap of faith. But I feel their decision making in the process is not 100% correct with their higher self, with their higher function in life. Good morning, Joe. Joe, I want to thank you so much for your comments yesterday. They meant so much to me. It seriously brought a tear to my eye. I was literally crying when I read those messages, and I thank you so much. And you are my biggest supporter, and I love you so much for that. So here is for you, Joe. This next card that I'm gonna pull is for you. I got two cards. I got the Seven of Cups in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So I'm going to put this card in the reading because I feel like these next two cards need to be in the reading. But that doesn't mean they're not for you, Joe. Now, the Seven of Cups in reverse is telling me you need to let go of the thought of someone manipulating, the thought of someone trying to manipulate you to think a certain way. And the Knight of Pentacles in reverse is telling me that there is someone or there is something coming in very stable, and you just need to trust your intuition, and you need to let go of past issues that made you feel manipulated or that made you feel like you didn't have a choice to do what you did. That is what the Two of Wands is here for. Someone feels that they have made a choice out of necessity instead of using their higher self and really deciding what they want to do. I was kind of confused about that Two of Wands that came out in reverse the first time, but that makes so much more sense after I pulled those last two cards. And these cards are done. They just went flying. So give me a second. Let me pick these cards up and I'll grab a different deck. These cards need to be straightened out now. All right, so I'm going to use the Tarot of Dreams. All right, the star card just popped its head out. Let's see if it comes out. Oh, and there they are. There's the cards. All right, so we have the Tree of Life and the Six of Wands. So you are trying to find your balance within your own mind to remake this decision that you feel you made out of necessity. So I will read out of the book for the Tree of Life because that's a card. That's a deck specific card. I feel. Give me a second. Let me find the book and find the page that it is on in the book. As soon as I can find it. And if I lose my live stream, I have no idea what's going on. Mercury in retrograde is really messing with my electronics lately. I woke up this morning to calling someone. And I didn't mean to call them. I told them that. I don't know if they believe me or not, but it is what it is. I can't find that book right now. It's right there. All right. So the Tree of Life. Give me a second. I just need to find that book or find the page. Could take me a little while. I apologize, guys. Thank you everyone who's in here. I got 3 people in here, 4 likes, and I love every one of you guys. Right back at you, Jen. It doesn't say the Tree of Life in the table of contents. But to me, this is just intuitionally, this is just telling me that there's a cycle going on. Like I said earlier, with the Wheel of Fortune. There's a cycle going on, and I feel like it's a past life cycle. I feel like it's a cycle that you have gone through so many times, and you are fed up with going through this cycle. It could be a cycle from past lives. That is awesome. That is awesome, Mama D, and I appreciate that so much. Gave me confirmation for what I've been feeling about the dream. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I love you so much, Mama D. So I'm still not seeing the card meaning in the book. So I'm just going to go with that this cycle that you are living out, this cycle that you feel that you have made a decision from necessity instead of a decision from how you are feeling. That it is a decision that has been made in a past life. And it possibly could be the same decision that has been made in the past life. And your higher self could be just telling you that this decision that you have made was a test, was a lesson. And you are going back over everything that has happened to transpire you to make this decision. Whether or not what I'm thinking is correct, that is totally up to you, but that is just what I am seeing in the cards. I don't really feel like there's really too much more to say about this reading. I'm going to try to pull a couple more tarot cards to see if I can get anything more for you guys. But if I don't get anything that's not duplicating in this spread, then I will pull a Dragon Fate Oracle for you guys, and I will end up making this video short. I thought this was going to be a deep reading. I thought this was going to be a deep, long, meaningful reading. But sometimes the most meaningful readings are very short like this. All right, if I don't get anything after 2 shuffles, I will pull the top cards. I'll pull the top 2 cards if I don't get anything after 2 shuffles. 1. And there's my 2 cards that I wanted. I had some fall on the floor. Actually, I'm going to take those. All right, so we have the moon. There is something unknown that you are not seeing. We have the 10 of Wands in reverse, which is telling me there's something that you are not letting go of. Something that you just can't let go of. You can't let go of energetically. Maybe you think you feel like you have let it go, but at least energetically you have not let it go. And I feel that is communication. Either trying to come in or you want to come in. But then we have the Sun card. The Sun card is telling me that you are going to be happy with whatever decision you make. You are going to be happy with whatever decision you make. It's just, I feel like you are in your mind a little bit too much. In your mind about how this communication is going to go down. I've been saying this for the past few weeks now. There's some communication that is just driving you nuts. It's driving me nuts. I know that. But that could be in the ether. That could be all the retrogrades. That could be just going on collectively. Which I feel like the collective is pretty much going through just this. So that being said, I feel like the reading is done. I'm going to pull a Dragon Fate Oracle and read out of the book for you guys. I appreciate that, Jen. I appreciate that. God, I hope so, Mama. God, I hope so, Mama D. All right, so we have the New Moon Fae and Hideki's door. The knock on the door. Mama, you are on the ball. You are, oh, holy shit, you are on the ball. Mama D, that is amazing. That is amazing. And look at the color of the dragon on the door. Green or blue and green. Which the blue I interpret as blue I'm interpreting as purple. So I will read out of the New Moon Fae because I feel like Mama D hit the nail on the head. Like Mama D hit the nail on the head with the Hideki's door. So I don't feel like that needs to be read. I will read the New Moon Fae. It is the number 17 card. And Mama D, I just realized, look at the number that this card is. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is number 33, which is also a master number. The New Moon Fae is number 17, which reduces down to an 8, which is the Tree of Life and the Wheel of Fortune. So it is a cycle that we are all going through. We just all need to be patient with ourselves, mostly with ourselves, and be patient with the universe to provide you with what you need, what you really want. So I will read the New Moon Fae as soon as I find that book. I clean things up and I organize my little reading table, so I just need to figure out, I just need to remember where I put everything. That's why I'm a little scattered right now. All right, New Moon Fae, Soul Scrying. I rule myths and dreams, which encapsulate truths about yourself in forms that you can work with. I rule creativity and the storyteller of which that and that which enchants. I am imagination, instinctive wisdom, and archetypal energies. In forms which cross cultural boundaries, love and moonlight. I love the moonlight, and I know only too well that the light of the crystal one can be madness or enlightenment. But I am enchanted stranger outsider as you are. And so I understand when you feel you are not at home in this place. You are not at home in this world. Sometimes I know you feel as if you are not part of the mainstream. And you can feel isolated. Please remember that under the moonlight you cannot see the full spectrum of colors. But you can often see between the worlds and deep into the true essence of all. Do not feel ashamed. Your staggerness, your strangeness, and shadows, they will be beautiful and mysterious if they are loved, embraced, and owned. But something is missing, and I have cast out part of myself that I am now waiting to return. Like you, I am nearing the time of action, where I must go in search of all of myself. But for this moment, I take solace in the reflections and still and moonlight and the moonlit pool. And even stark lace work of bare trees, I find truth and hope. You too have this quicksilver primal energy, but I encourage you now to become practical, to deal with the difficulties and separation, and to dissolve your fears through action, strength, and acceptance. However, do not shut your own fears and intuition. What you resist, you repress, only regroups in the shadows and draws strength from denial. Instead, bring your fears out into the open and shine the sunlight on them. Embrace all of who you are, your accepted social mask can be now dropped. You can now incorporate the power of heightened psychic abilities, which can be heard to communicate and read apparently. Do not despair. You will learn to understand and interpret your own psychic and symbolic language. If you practice as I am now in this sacred pool, if you do not make a conscious effort, your unconscious will do the work on your behalf anyway. You may be psychic. You may be a psychic nighttime being with fragile but powerful abilities. But you are also the element of, and the Dragon Fae can teach you strength and give you the wisdom with which you need to use it well. Whew. Wow. I don't know about you guys, but every time I read out of that book, it hits home. It hits home big time. And I feel it's a collective energy. I feel like this reading is a collective issue, especially with Venus in retrograde, especially with Jupiter in retrograde, and not to mention the Mercury that just went through. But I feel the Mercury in retrograde is really, really, really helping me. I always do great during Mercury retrogrades. I don't know why that is. I haven't really. I'm assuming that's because I have Capricorn in Mercury. So I was born with Mercury in my sun sign. So there's always been some kind of connection with me in Mercury retrograde. I haven't quite figured it out other than what I just said. But that being said, whatever you guys are doing, like Mama said earlier, we are on the right path. If you are watching my channel, if you are continuing to make yourself grow, if you are continuing to make yourself happy, then you are on the right path. I feel like everything that needed to come out has come out. I don't feel like there's much more that can be said to enhance this reading. So I'm just going to pick my cards up and chit-chat with you guys while I do this. I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading as much as I enjoyed reading this, as much as I enjoyed sharing my dream with you guys. But this is where I'm going to end this. I just have 6 more cards to pick up, and then as soon as I figure out where I put this deck, right there. And then I will straighten out the cards that I just knocked all over the floor and are all scattered all around. I have to put them all face up. I'm just going to do a little energy cleansing for me and everyone else. I'm not going to do that live with you guys. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you guys all tomorrow. I love y'all. Have a great day.